Hey there, in this video I'm going to show you how you can read and extract information from a PDF using AI and a simple end-to-end automation that will save you tons of hours of manual work. This can work for invoices, personal receipts, purchase orders, bills, whatever PDF you can name. So let's jump right into it. Right, so this is the full automation. This, as you can see, this is a very simple automation. First, what we're doing is getting the files from a OneDrive folder and then uploading them to an OCR system, which is then going to read, extract the plain text, which we will pass to a model in OpenAI, and then export that JSON that this OpenAI model outputs to an Excel sheet for our team to review. So, as you can see here, this is the step-by-step process. First, we're gonna fetch every PDF in the OneDrive folder. Then we're gonna use an OCR, or optical character recognition system or service, to extract the raw text from those PDFs. And from that raw text, we're then gonna input that into an AI to extract particular data that we need, that is of our interest. And then that we're gonna post that or append that to a Google Sheets file, which is essentially what we're doing here. So the very first step is to input a OneDrive folder, right? So this is the OneDrive folder that I prepared for this video. It contains, essentially, we have 2 invoices that are built with made up information. Here we have multiple things that we want to export to our Excel spreadsheet, and we want to process all of this instantly using AI without having us to read it or to do all the manual work by ourselves. So these are the 2 invoices that I prepared with made up information, and we want to store this information to these columns here in a spreadsheet. So we want to store the customer name, the vehicle model, the servicing dealership, the RO number, the drop-off date, the pickup date, the repairs, and the total amount the customer was invoiced for. So I'm gonna walk you through the whole automation from head to toe. First, you can set up the trigger as whatever you want, but in this case, what we're doing is passing the OneDrive folder in particular. So we want a folder ID. I'm just giving it the raw folder ID, but you can set up this trigger as whatever you want. Maybe you want to listen or to be attentive when a new PDF is uploaded to this folder, and you can do that also by setting up the trigger right here instead of passing it directly the whole drive URL. So after this, we have an intermediate OpenAI model step here. Basically, this is because we want to extract the particular ID for those files and have a list of unique URLs. This is because we're gonna use this as an input for the next node, which is essentially gonna download our files that we're gonna then upload to the OCR system. So this node right here, what it does is basically it receives the unique ID that we extracted from the previous step, and then we are outputting a list of unique IDs that we're gonna have here. After that, we're gonna go to the OCR process. We're gonna give this OCR the file, so the data that we received from the previous node. So this node right here receives the unique URL, and then it is gonna download those files from OneDrive, and then we're gonna upload it to the PDF code, which is the service that we're using for OCR. These PDF code nodes right here, you can set them up in N8N particularly by going here to action in an app, and then you can find the PDF code app here. They have multiple services right here that they give us in order to process PDFs, to convert to PDFs, etc. In this case, what we're using is basically 2. The first one is the upload file to PDF code, which is their service. So they upload the file to an S3 in Amazon, and then we're gonna use that to read that file and convert that PDF to raw text. And after we extract the raw text from our previous node, we're gonna input that into an OpenAI model, because AI is very good at analyzing unformatted text. So in this node right here, I'm gonna use a model operation. I'm gonna give it or use the GPT-4.1 for this task, and essentially what we do here is give it 2 specific prompts. The first one is going to be the system prompt, or how it is going to behave from our input, and the next one is we're going to take the role of the user and we're going to pass it the body of the raw text that we received from the previous OCR step. So the important part here essentially is this first prompt. I'm giving it a role, a task, and the format that I want it to output. The extraction logic, this is a very weird format, but this is just a table in Markdown formatting. So I'm giving it what I need and how to extract it. So the logic on what to look for in this raw text in order to populate these JSON rows that I'm going to receive as an output. Then I also include some context just for it to be aware of maybe line breaks, irregular formatting, etc., and some extra notes because I want to normalize all dates. I want to take care of these cases in which a value is missing or not present. So all of this is taken care of in my prompt. But essentially what you want to do here is tell it to output a JSON format with these fields. So the customer name, or basically all the columns that you want to then map to the Excel file. So after this, we're gonna have an output that is that specific JSON format, and then this other node is easy because we want to basically map all the columns to the previous JSON output that we receive from the LLM. So that's that. Now I'm gonna run this once and see how it goes. So right here is getting all the files from the folder. We're extracting the unique URL and then downloading the files. You can see here that it says 2 items because right here it has two. It's kind of iterating or taking into consideration the 2 items that I had because I had 2 PDF files to read. So it has a list of 2 unique URLs, a list of 2 files that it downloaded, and then a list of 2 that it uploaded, etc., etc., etc. So right here that we need, it said that the workflow was executed successfully. We're gonna enter right here and see the output. So it says that to the customer name column, it outputted this for 1. This is just an example of one of the PDFs that I passed through, but it basically extracted all of this information as the end result. We're gonna go here to our Excel file and we're gonna see the output that we received. So for the first one, it says the customer name is Alice Johnson, and we're gonna go to our file and actually judge by ourselves. So here, the customer was Alice Johnson indeed. Then we have vehicle model right here. It says 2018 Toyota Camry. So yeah, right here, 2018 Toyota Camry. Servicing dealership is AutoFix Pro Service Center. Yeah, as our invoice says. Then our number is AF whatever. Right here. Drop off date, pickup date, it's the same date right there. And then repairs was synthetic oil change and filter, rotate tires, multi-point inspection. And you can see here that it does that. So these are all the repairs that our invoice says, and it stored them in the right column in our spreadsheet. And then the total amount of the invoice was 109 USD. And now we're gonna check the next one. So invoice demo number 2. We're gonna go a bit faster here. So Brandon Lee, yeah, 2022 Ford whatever, yes. Premier Auto Repair, yeah. PRI, yes. Then 6162, yes. Repairs, replace valve, and multiple other repairs, and then the full amount is also correct. So you can see here these PDFs are very simple and very easy to read, but this can actually perform very well with unformatted PDFs. So PDFs that are just screenshots or maybe photos of an invoice or whatever it is, this can actually perform very well in those cases too. But this is just a very quick example for you to know that this is really valuable for businesses in particular. So you can do this. Imagine you doing this for every single invoice that you get as a part of a business process that you have, and basically having a spreadsheet populated automatically using AI without having a team member of yours to be having to read this manually and typing all this information manually. You can have an AI just do this in a very, very simple way. So this was the whole automation. Hope you enjoyed it and that you find actual value in this. If you want maybe the NLM blueprint, I have no problem by sharing this with you. So just message me in one of my socials and I'll be sure to get this to you. Also, if you want to check a very particular case that you have, or use case that you want implemented, you can also book a call with me down in the description. You have the link. So yeah, that's that, and see you in another video.